I just got out of the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, and this is my spoiler-free review. I'll be doing a full review with spoilers later, but I just want to let you know if you should go see this or not. So the first thing I want to say is this movie is unapologetically Star Wars. And what I mean by that is that it's basically a love letter to Star Wars. There's a lot of echoes of Star Wars past. There's a lot of nods back to the original trilogy, back to the prequels. So let's talk about the good first. Now, this movie is one of the most, if not the most, high-tea, testosterone-filled adventure in Star Wars. It's funny to see people complaining about this movie even though it's not woke. It's not woke at all. There's not one thing woke in it. And it's just like a high tea, like adventure the entire time. And it's definitely geared towards boys, I will say, but it's a great adventure. Now it is fun. I've used the word fun before for Skeleton Crew. That was like a fun Star Wars project. This isn't just fun. This is entertainment the entire way through. And it's a huge adventure, covers many areas. They go to lots of different locations. So I think that's been something that's been missing from Star Wars for a while, testosterone, but it was an action movie. It did remind me a lot of the Old West movies, which is what they were going for with the poster in the first place. The Mandalorian TV show was always supposed to be an Old Western style show, and that's the storytelling in this movie. Now, probably a lot of people that are talking bad about it, that are actual Star Wars fans, probably haven't seen many Westerns, but that's what they were going for here. It's just a badass going and doing badass things. There's a lot of cool fights in it. There's all the monsters in it. It's one Star Wars project with the most monsters I've ever seen. Being an Old West style story, it's lacking in character development. I will say it is lacking in character arcs, but it is geared towards young men, and you can really see that come out in the movie. A lot of the reviews, I feel like, were too hard on this movie because they're like, it was fun, it was popcorn. Well, it was high-octane action most of the way through. It is a different kind of Star Wars movie. There's not a lot of slow moments in it, but the one slow moment that it did have was impactful for the characters. Now, a couple of the bad things, there were things like I went into this movie with zero expectations, pretty much, which is how I approach every Star Wars project right now, because I try to look at it objectively, unlike some people who make videos for rage bait, which I don't do that. But I went in with an open mind, and I came out thoroughly entertained. There was one part that choked me up a little bit because I have a young child, and it did remind me of my young child there. So it was like, but yeah, there were a couple moments like that, but the feeling that it's an uplifting feeling movie is what I'm trying to say. And that's what's been missing for Star Wars for a while. Star Wars has been going down a dark path, I feel like, with the last few projects. But this, you leave the movies with a good feeling, which is what Star Wars is supposed to be. It was always supposed to be like that. And George Lucas made the movies to be uplifting, to be heroic, good versus evil. And that's what this is. I think that factored in with that it's made for boys. It's a high tea movie, is why it got a bad Rotten Tomatoes score. And as soon as I saw that score, right before I came to the movies, I was like, yeah, it's probably going to be cool. And it was. So there were a lot of great characters in it. We get basically reintroduced to a few characters. I can't say too much right now, but we'll be talking about it later. I will say that the theater was only half full for this, and I went to the first matinee, but it was only like a half full theater, which, look, I think this movie's going to do well, but I think with the early reviews and all the trash talk about it that came out, people might trickle in. Now, after seeing honest reviews like this one, I feel like word of mouth might spread, and hopefully it'll do well. I think it'll do fine. But yeah, it was Mandalorian back to his roots. It was him going after people, and that it was great for the action side for sure, and I was thoroughly entertained. But on the other hand, I was hoping for something more like maybe along the lines of getting into the lore a little more, and it could have definitely used some more character development for sure, more quiet moments, I think. But that's not what this movie was made for. It was made for action. It was made for young men. And it shows Mando making some tough decisions, but the right decisions. And I think it was good for Star Wars ultimately. And I had a blast. I had fun. And I got a couple popcorn buckets. Check this out. I scored my first popcorn bucket. I've never gotten a popcorn bucket before from a movie. I went to the matinee. I got this. Look at that, man. Got a Grogu. It's holding the bucket there. We got the Mudhorn sigil there. Yeah, it was pretty cool though. I was like, are those for sale? Wow, I can't believe there's so many. I also got this. Yes, I snagged one of these. I couldn't help myself, man. I was having so much fun already. Look at that. And this is supposedly a popcorn bucket. It's more like a toy. It's pretty cool. It lights up, but I didn't put the batteries in yet, but I just got this. I was not going to put popcorn in this. Look at this. It's, you're supposed to put popcorn in that? You can't see in there. It's going to get stuck in all the spaces. Yeah, but this was cool, man. I got these right before they were sold out, man. I went the first day. Again, I went matinee the first day, and there was only one of these left when I left, so... But yeah, it was a great time. I had fun watching it. And yes, it was a fun movie, and that's not a bad thing. It wasn't woke. It was, again, like high T muscles. Let's fight. Smash them up. It was cool, man. I feel like at this point, if anybody's talking trash about this movie, like it sucks, it's not Star Wars, all this, like they're not being completely honest with you. Now, I said the bad things too, and I'm going to go more in depth with those in my spoiler review. But for now, that was it. I feel like I wanted to see more with Grogu. I wanted to see them develop the Grogu character more for sure. It is what it is. And hopefully further on down the line, they'll be able to do that. But I'm not sure why they didn't develop his character more. And Mando obviously is just going to be Mando. But the bad guys were cool. Man, you saw in the trailer that there's huts in this. The huts. You get to see so much hut action that it's like, it is crazy seeing the huts in action like they were in this movie. It was really cool for a Star Wars fan to see that. They were disgusting and they were great. It was some of the fight scenes, I'll just put it this way. The fight scenes with the huts involved were insane. It was crazy. There were a couple things that knocked me out of the story a little bit. A certain cameo by someone knocked me right out of the story. I was like, what is this? I was like, oh, okay, yeah, cool, all right. And then one aspect of the hut did pull me out of the story a little bit at the beginning, but then I got used to it. But I would definitely recommend that you watch this movie. I think you should go see it. Give it a shot. If you want a good time, if you want some Star Wars action, callbacks, the music was great. The acting was great in it. Everything was great. It's being unfairly judged right now. And I think because people have motives in what they're saying online. Definitely there's a motive behind it. Either their channel's geared towards negative content or they're on the other side. They just like stuff with, I don't know, girls in it or something. I'm not sure. But it was definitely an action-packed high-tea adventure, and there's a lot of lore to go over, so I'll be picking apart this movie, and I'll be making more videos, because there were some interesting things that happened that kind of show how a couple of things work in Star Wars that I didn't really think about before, but we'll get into all that. But anyway, yeah, go see the movie. Let me know what you think. I think you should watch it, and I would tell you if it wasn't good. It's a great time. It leaves you with a great feeling when you leave. There's space adventure, there's dog fights, there's fights on the ground, lots of melee. The blasters sound awesome, and the parts with the space fights, really, I think that's really taste of what's to come with Starfighter coming out next year. I got to get my thoughts together here and write down what I can remember from the movie to give you a good video here for a review. And we'll talk about the lore. We'll take it apart. But yeah, man, Star Wars is back. I was happy to go after 7 years, man. As soon as I saw the Lucasfilm on the screen, on the big screen again, it just made me happy. And I'm really glad that it was a good movie too. But let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you're going to go see it. And I'll see you in the full review.